I left my face cam at home, so we're just gonna have to make do. This is a topic that I really wanted to talk about for a while. Why is my hair like that? This is a topic that I wanted to talk about for a while because it's something that we see time and time again as the years have gone by, and nobody's stopping it or really even doing anything about it. For those of you who are unaware, the new show Velma just came out. Now, this is a show that people were widely anticipating and really wanted to see. They didn't. No, in reality, this was a show that nobody asked for, and it's a show that, quite frankly, people are confused why it even exists. Even before it was released, it was met with skepticism, criticism, and all the words that go along with that. And despite this already overwhelming outpour of hate to a show that didn't even exist yet, they still continued with it, started their production, yada yada yada, production blah blah blah. As of recording this video, they've already released 2 episodes to this series. And what do the people think of it? Well, they think exactly what we all thought before the series even came out. It's garbage. It's bad. 7% audience score and 55% tomato meter. I just want you to look at this and appreciate this just for a second. This is one of the rare instances where both critics and the audience come together to come to an understanding, to love and hate something, to love to hate this. Though I do have to say that 55% is quite generous from the critics. Once again proving that the critic score is... What really amazes me about the show is that this was created by Mindy Kaling, who was one of the writers for The Office, you know, the timeless classic that people quote on like a daily basis, to an almost religious extreme. And it's crazy how you can go from a classic to this. But this video isn't just about Velma, although Velma really spearheaded this operation and really put it in my heart to put a video like this out here. No, this video is to talk about this format of taking something that we already know and love and then twisting it and trying to make it better. Because this is not the first time that this has happened, and unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be the last. This is what writing is, I guess. There's no new stuff anymore. No. That's for old people. That's for the boomers. What people like to do, they like to take things that everybody loves and then making it their own thing because the writers know best. The writers know how to make a show. You don't. You suck. But think back to recent years. We've seen it with Rings of Power, we've seen it with The Witcher, we've definitely seen it with Halo. And if you stretch it real thin, you kind of see that with the ending of Game of Thrones. Now, I'll admit Game of Thrones is a little bit different because they ran out of source material, but it still follows the same pattern where the writers took over and they thought that, oh, I've seen this. I know how to make it better because I'm a writer and writers know how to make it better. And then they ended up ruining the amazing series. But you see the pattern, right? You see the pattern where people or organizations or writers or whoever gets their hands on these incredible franchises that we all know and love. Take a look at the gold mine of opportunities that are before them and then decide, you know what, we're not going to use any of that. Instead, what we're going to do is going to put that to the side and I'm going to start to write new stuff. You know, for the new kids out there, you know, put in some Zoomer humor out there and then do this, tweak that, break that, and voila, I've got myself a masterpiece. And then it just ends up sucking so much. But what really fascinates me, and I don't know why, is that these are things that happen maybe a couple months apart or maybe even a couple years apart, and somehow, some way, nobody learns from their mistakes. You have these streaming services and you have these producers working on these projects, and then they see that other similar projects that take a very similar kind of route completely and utterly fail. And instead of taking a step back and thinking, whoa, maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe we should stay loyal to the original story. Instead, what they do is they continue ahead. They steam ahead. They just push through. And then the show inevitably takes a nosedive, just like every other show that came before. It's gotten so bad that now directors and streaming services have gotten so bold to the point where they feel like they can blame their audience, sometimes even before it comes out. And then you've got the morons at Halo who have never even played the Halo games and then thought, oh yeah, I know how to make this good. I know how to make this the best show ever. Even going as far as to insult the fan base. And then the show flops and for some reason, they're all left in shock like, well, how could this happen? How could my show fail? It was perfect. No! And this is the same exact thing that we're seeing in Velma. 100%. Actually, I think this is the worst case that I've seen so far. Because with a lot of these shows, at least you had the critics, the good old critics to back you up, because the critics, you know, critics don't know what good movies or television is. They just don't. I don't even know how you become a critic. I don't know what degree that is. I don't know what you have to do to get yourself your critic's degree. But they always have the wrong opinion, and it sucks. And I know an opinion is opinion, but their opinion is wrong. Television just seems to be on its way out. You have Netflix canceling Inside Job, which I heard was an amazing series. And then you've got people doing stuff like this with Velma, and it's just, you know, it really makes you lose faith in television in the future, and it really makes you lose faith in humanity. 2023 is off to a horrible start. I have a solution, and it's quite a simple thing. Create new stuff. You don't have to take these well-known titles and then twist it to your own design. You clearly have an idea. You don't need to slap Lord of the Rings or slap Velma on it. Just go out and make something new. You don't need to have well-known titles attached to it, because that only serves to ruin your show and ruin the title as well. It will always have that bad taste in its mouth when people talk about the series, and then you've got people debating, no, we don't talk about this, or yeah, I like that TV show, and it's just not a situation that you want to be in. Now granted, even if this was its own thing, I'm pretty sure it would have sucked anyway, but yeah, Velma's doomed. Nothing you can do about that. I hope you enjoyed this video, but that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you need you still, or if you want to help me out, click that thing on the left or that thing on the right. Click this thing on the right, it'll be my best friend forever, and ever and ever. And you'll never have to watch Velma. But that's it for me today. My name is Brockster, and I bid you all adieu.